All right, so let's get into our over unders, right? We got 300 people in here, so it's the perfect time. We're gonna get into these over unders. During the season, we do a lot of gambling on this show, right?
Yeah.
We go to the over unders, we do a lot of the numbers. That's what more of the show is during the season. Of course, we'll always mix it up, but you know what I'm saying. So today we're doing over unders. We're doing Malcolm Koonce, and we're doing Zamir White. All right, so let's get into Malcolm Koonce first. So we got Malcolm Koonce over under 12 sacks. What do you got, Glenn?
Under.
You're going under.
I think he'll be at 10. Yeah.
You think he'll be at 10?
10 sack
Okay.
guy. I don't think it's anything he does wrong. And I think it's just the fact that I think Tyree Wilson's going to take a step up this year. I think Christian Wilkins is going to be obviously the dominant force that they pay him to be. And then Max is going to go for 20. So I'm optimistic on the D line. I mean, there's only so many that can go around. There's only so many you can only hit the quarterback really one time. You can only get a half a sack, right? It's each play. And I think I got him at 10, I'd say.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna go over. Just because I like what Patrick Graham said about him. And I think that Max Crosby is still going to get double teamed a lot. And then so is Christian Wilkins. And he's going to have a lot of one-on-ones. And I'm telling you, his film to end the year, I'm going to do a film session on him pretty soon because I think it's important for Raiders fans to understand this. His film to end the year is pretty damn good. Okay. Now, his bend is crazy. He plays the run better. He's stronger. He was dominating against Rashawn Slater. You know what I mean? Like, I think there's a chance that he has to hit his potential because he's already unlocked himself a little bit. So I think there's a chance that he could hit over 12 sacks if he could put it together. I mean, you have to, kind of start collecting those sacks. And I thought that he did that last year and he kind of got that feel of collecting those sacks. But if you're planning to stop the Raiders defense, right, or you want to score against the Raiders defense, like this says right here, Wilkins is going to give every opportunity for Max and Koonce to get 20 and 10 sacks, basically, right? Because they're going to have to pick, man. They are. They're going to have to pick right at this point.
Yeah. No, I think it's look, if he does that and, provided Max has a huge year and stays healthy and all that, Christian Wilkins is doing what he does best. And, don't sleep on Adam Butler, John Jenkins, guys like that, who I rewatching some of the Raiders stuff from last year. Those guys were making plays. And then Janarius, was it Robinson, that other guy? I even like him a little bit, as a developmental guy to try to make the team this year. There's a lot of, and then Tyree, like I said, all of these guys, man, that's the only reason I say that is because I actually it's not just like Khalil Mack and Bruce Irvin, it's not just like just two guys that can rush the passer on the team, And I know they had Autry and they misused that, but look, we're not talking about the past. But there's more guys to make plays. I mean, and occasionally you get a guy that like quote unquote underperforms in the sack department, but his PFF grade looks crazy, his win rate looks crazy, and he's still good. And that's what I think Koonce is going to do this year. And to me, Patrick Graham said it's like he finally bought into like being a technician. Was something that he had said. It was that like, okay, for a while he was just trying to bend around guys, it seemed, right? Because that's what he does. That's how he wins. And then he started becoming a bit of a hand fighter and stuff. And maybe it was just one thing he needed to unlock. And then all of a sudden, watch out. And maybe that's how you go over there.
I mean, he got 52 pressures in 8 games, bro. About like 9 games.
Yeah. And again, Easton size, safety the comments, Easton Stick, guys like that. Easton Stick just that time where he got the sack fumble, won the touchdown. Easton Stick just shuffled into him. Like, it was crazy. I know it was a nice win by him. I just mean, like, there's going to be there were times where I thought I thought my one thing, but he also got Mahomes too. I mean, he also got Mahomes. So there were times like I thought he made some of his big plays against some guys that maybe shouldn't have been playing football and stuff, but he did get Mahomes in that, and he was huge in that Kansas City win. Yeah.
Him and Crosby won the game.
Mhm.
They won the game. That's what I'm talking about. There's gonna be some games where him and Crosby win the game, and that's where I feel like he might get some more sacks because he's gonna be able to clean up. So that's the thing too.
Yeah.
Because I mean, one thing we're not used to is the Raiders as a team having like 55 sacks.
Yeah,
Right.
that's can they have an Eagles year, that year when the Eagles went to the Super Bowl,
Yeah.
where they just every play were meeting at the quarterback.
Yeah, if they could have like a 50 sack team, like when's the last time we saw that? We just, you know what I mean? But that's them stacking up sacks, and you have two great sack guys, and you keep stacking them up with, with Christian Wilkins and stuff like that. As a team, you can find a way to get to 50 sacks, and I think that's where you can see these guys making it work. But I mean, it's just gonna be a lot of pressure on the quarterback, regardless. Sacks or not.
That's what they need. I mean, they need it. They need it bad. And like I said, I'd go make that splash at corner, and I'd try to be dominant on that side of the ball. You hired Antonio Pierce. You have Patrick Graham. Go be dominant there.
Yeah, exactly. You said we're not counting playoffs. We're not counting playoffs. We're just going straight regular season here on this. All right. So, any last thoughts on that, Glenn? Before we get
No, I think I'm just under, but it's not